Major thing you need to consider when you're organizing something is not only what you're showing inside the headset, but how you're preparing the person to get into this exhibition. When the virtual reality technology was introduced into the world, it was considered by many people as a gaming and entertainment tool. However, at the same time, major film festivals around the globe started to see a possibility of showcasing some creative works in a cinematic environment. And that's how the XR or virtual reality sections of the festival appeared. At the same time, artists from the traditional art field, museums, they saw a possibility of using virtual reality technologies as well. Virtual reality is what you see when you're in a headset. Extended reality is what you see beyond the headset. What and how you prepare the exhibition itself is what extends the reality of the content. Mostly, you are extending the possibilities for your existing audience rather than bringing new audiences to VR. There are two major concepts, a curatorship program and call for entries, and basically that's a little bit more tricky. Some of the people don't read regulations and just submit to everything. If you're doing a curated exhibition, and especially if you're selling tickets for it, you most likely will have to pay a license fee that might vary from 50 to 1,000 euro.
In our case, the communication with artists and distributors, we reach out to them, ask if they're willing to show their film at our festival, at our exhibition. We are sharing with them a form of conditions, and when we have a green light, we can start next steps.
Files could be delivered through the email or through the Google Drive, and this is strictly if we're talking about 360 degrees exhibitions. If you do interactive exhibitions, setup is a bit different. The distributor will send it to your Meta account. From there, you complete installation with the 360 degrees. Only difference is you have to transfer the files directly to the storage of your headset.
After that, we are starting with marketing on social media for our festival, for works which we are showing.
Any exhibition requires a host person who is figuring out if they have reservation. I prefer the more strict and regulated exhibition, the better audience flow you will have in the end.
We organize audience with application called Simply Book.
Person goes to a website, he reads the description of the works, he books a slot, and he knows exactly what he booked for. 360 setup where you have a lot of headsets that run simultaneously so that you get a lot of people at the same time watching the same program. It will provide you quantitative results, while the immersive experience, independent, individual one, will provide you with quality experiences.
None of this will work without our staff or volunteers. They will always be kind to you and they will help you to choose.
The best people, maybe even teenagers or school kids, but then it's much harder to train a new person to go through the whole setup themselves when they are not aware of how VR works. It is still possible, you will just have to add one extra day of training on top of the days of exhibition.
First of all, you will need the headsets. You will need hygiene, meaning the wet wipes that will help you keep your headsets clean. You will need charging docks. You will need a lot of batteries. Besides the classic AA batteries, you will need also the specialized batteries that will work with the headsets, tablet or the PC, where you're going to control the tethering part of 360 degrees exhibition, where you're watching documentary films and have opportunity to experience them by rotating.
VR doesn't have an established network of distribution yet, so any exposure helps to get you to be known.
The most technical issue, oldest and the most fundamental thing, person plus the new technology that he never experienced before. Try and keep a person in comfort. If something pop-ups on his screen, take his headset off, exit, go back to the film. The maintenance is not hard by itself. If you're using the wireless setup for your audio, is it connected right? Is it playing at all times? Very, very cold room and cold temperature to keep battery draining.
You need to start small when you're organizing your first XR exhibition. It's a scalable experience, meaning that you will get a lot of new knowledge that you wouldn't have before the exhibition after doing even a small one. Consider the first exhibition as a training one, and you can even try to make a zero event and then make a pilot event, and only then to launch your first one. I saw a few greatly and expensively executed exhibitions that were left empty because the festival didn't promote it properly. They wanting XR, but they didn't know how to sell XR to the audiences. And that led to a huge budget spent aside just because no one tried it themselves. They just hired a team instead of going through the process themselves.